Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, a few things in the news today, including your chance to possibly get a cruise for free or cruises at 50% off. Well, the first news story I have today is the British High Court has ordered MSC Cruise Lines to pay all damages that occurred when the MSC Opera ran into a Uniworld River cruise ship in Venice. Remember when it lost its engines kind of stuck open and it ran into a river cruise, caused a lot of damage to the ship. Ship had to be repaired, cruises had to be canceled. Well, at first MSC said, yes, we will pay for all the physical damages. Obviously it was our fault. We ran into a parked vessel. It wasn't running, it was on the dock and they ran into it, so there was no question of who was at fault. But what they didn't want to pay for is the loss of revenue with the refunds and things for thousands of passengers who had to be canceled and refunded their money, as well as the hospital bills of people who were on the ship or injured during the accident. They thought that the insurance for the Uniworld cruise ship should cover that kind of stuff, and Uniworld said, no, we don't want our insurance premiums to go up because you ran into our parked vessel, and the British High Court agreed with them, so MSC is, as of right now, on the hook for all damages during that collision. We'll see if they appeal that or not. I don't even know if they can appeal it. This is the British High Court, so we'll see. Not too familiar with the British parliamentary law services there, how they work. So MSC did not win in court in this particular case. Another big news story that's out, if you're interested in possibly taking a world cruise, we've heard some really large river cruise, like world cruise, right? You can take a 111-day world cruise. You can take a 178-day world cruise. Those just sound like I'm on a cruise on 3 different ships over 30 days, and that seems like a long time. Can you imagine 177 days? Well, Royal Caribbean decided, you know what? We're going to do that even better. We're going to go almost 100 days longer. We're going to do 272-day cruise, world cruise, on the Serenade of the Seas to all 6 continents. Something like, an unimaginable amount of countries and destinations, and that over 270 some days. This is probably going to be the largest world cruise that you'll ever get, as far as stops and countries and things like that you'll see. 270 some days is an amazingly long cruise. It comes and starts off in 2023. Not sure how much this is going to cost you. Not sure how fast it will sell out. But if any indication is out there, the other world cruises that are out there have sold out very quickly. So we'll see if Royal Caribbean on something that long has enough people who want to take that long of a cruise. Not sure if they're going to do segments. For instance, on Princess cruise ship, you can book a segment of a world cruise. For instance, the group cruise we have in April on the Panama Canal with the Island Princess, that 15-day cruise is actually a segment of the world cruise. And a lot of cruise lines allow you to do that. I'm not sure if Royal Caribbean will be doing that. It just announced this. It hasn't really broken it out. It's not for sale. So we'll see what happens with this ship, but that's pretty amazing. Now, were you interested in possibly getting a free cruise or 50% off prices of cruise? Well, before I tell you that, let me just invite you to hit that subscribe button if you want to be kept up to date with all the cruise news stories and all cruises restarting and the new changes to protocols, etc., etc. It really does help the channel out. It doesn't sign you up for anything other than notifying you that there's a new video out, and I would really appreciate it. Okay, so right now, Princess Cruise Lines is offering select sailings, not every sailing, but select sailings going from Los Angeles, San Francisco, up to Mexico, or even Caribbean cruises at 50% off for first responders. You must be an active first responder, and it's sort of like a thank you for everyone during the pandemic and all the extra hours that they were working. In some cases, people traveling from cities to help out other hospitals that were being overrun. And there was a lot of people that you just say, oh, the first care workers, they got lots of money, and they got they just got extra overtime, and there was no stress. Well, if you've ever worked in a hospital, and especially in a COVID ward, and you're seeing elderly people pass away in front of your eyes that you get to know and things like that, it's not an easy job. And a lot of people were traveling around the country to help out other hospitals. It's not as simple as waking up, going into work, and then going home and forgetting about it. So Princesses is got select sailings out there. If you're interested and are a first responder, you can call Princess and find out what those cruises are, which select ones there are, and book it through the cruise line. So that's a very good offer, 50% off, and that goes right across their ship. So that would go for suite class as well as inside cabins. So if you decided, I normally spend this much on a cruise, why not spend it on a big upgrade on a suite instead of a balcony cabin, or go to a mini suite instead of an inside cabin, because you can get it for the same cost as you used to be able to get it. Now, if you're not a first responder, don't worry, Princess still has an offer for you as of right now till the end of this month, October 31st. You can just sign up for a raffle, a random draw, and Princess is giving away for the winning cruises for two random people who just sign up. You can find it under promotions on the Princess website. And so that's if you're not a first responder, you can still get in and possibly win yourself a fully paid cruise. So they got everybody covered going forward. They didn't get me a free cruise, but I will have to say this. I got my cruise I'm currently on the Emerald Princess right now, very, very cheap. And I was talking to a lot of people on board, and they got it very, very cheap as well. That's the reason they're taking this ship. And I said there were 830 some. Found out yesterday there's only 740 people on this ship, and there's almost 1,200 crew members. So it's over 1.5 crew members per person on this ship right now. And there's still things not open because of COVID restrictions. And remember, this is the first sailing. So yeah, it's very interesting. But imagine going on a 272-day world cruise. You could not rent your house for a year, or source it out for a year and come back and be everything is paid for. You don't ever have to clean your room. You don't ever have to cook a meal. You get entertainment every night. That sounds like a pretty sweet deal to me, depending on the price, if I could afford it. Well, let me know what you guys think. Would you go on a 274-day, or do you think that's just too long at sea? Are you a first responder? Are you going to check with Princess? And do you think MSC should have been held responsible, or should that have been Uniworld's insurance that cover all of those expenses from that accident? Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.